I am a mother of a daughter who is obsessed with My Little Pony. She's been watching it since it started, and I don't think she will ever stop. Well, one night when season 7, episode 1 came out, she literally screamed at the top of her lungs in joy. She went to the TV and just sat there and watched. I was sadly not there to watch her do so, but I was making dinner for her. Soon after the whole scenario of her watching My Little Pony for about 30 minutes, she went over to me and asked if we could go shopping. I said that it was too late, but we could the next morning, and she started to throw a temper tantrum. She usually doesn't do this, and that's what kind of startled me. And she started saying that she really wanted those My Little Pony toys that she saw on TV. I guess she must have saw a commercial of some sort, but I just had to go take her to Target. So I drove her to Target. She looked around and she barely could choose one. There were so many My Little Pony toys, I myself probably couldn't even help her choose one. And they were all quite expensive, so I thought that hopefully I would try talking her into getting one of the less expensive ones. She finally decided on getting a cute Fluttershy toy, but the only thing that really stood out to me about her was that, well, for one, she was not very expensive, and she had a really dark skin tone than the original one, and her pink hair was a lot darker than it usually was. I thought this was a common mistake. I mean, I've seen worse than this, but it just really stood out to me. But to my daughter, she was perfect.
After making all those decisions, I finally bought it for her. And when we instantly got home, she played with it. She opened it right away, almost like there was no time to waste. I didn't mind this, of course, and didn't even notice it at first. But now when I'm analyzing all of this, it's all so clear. The next morning, my daughter did not wake up when I called her downstairs for breakfast. So I thought she was just sleeping in. I let her sleep in for another 15 to 12 minutes. I went upstairs after those couple minutes, and I saw that she was drawing. I went to go admire her drawing when I saw that it was a Fluttershy, or at least I assumed it was. "Honey, what is that you're drawing?" I asked. She responded with a simple, "It's Fluttershy," whisper. I was slightly creeped out about how she drew it, but I always know that my daughter is not the artistic type, so this is one of the very few drawings she would ever do in her childhood. I simply nodded at her response and said, "Did you hear me? It's time for breakfast," I said. She nodded and then stopped drawing. "Can Fluttershy eat with us, Mommy?" I answered with a simple yes, because I was scared to say no at how creepy and unusual her acting was. Maybe she was just tired, I thought. So I decided to take her downstairs for breakfast. After breakfast, she asked to go to the park. I said, why not? So we took her to the park. That day at the park, she lost Fluttershy. The next all day we looked for her. We couldn't find anything, nothing at all. No marks, no anything. My daughter was devastated. She would cry every night. She wouldn't even go to bed, as far as I know. The next day, my daughter and I had to go search the same park for the 4th time. We did not find anything. I assumed that someone must have taken it, or it got buried somewhere, and I honestly didn't care about it. But my daughter did. So we went to the store to find a new one, but they were all sold out. So my daughter bought a Twilight doll instead. She also threw away the drawing of Fluttershy. That surprised me because she seemed to work so hard on it, but I ignored it. I regret not continuing looking for the Fluttershy doll because my daughter, the next night, had so many nightmares after she bought that Twilight doll, and she always told me they were about her Fluttershy doll and losing it. Fluttershy thought that she was replaced, and she was angry, and her whole family was going to die. Was this all true?